Item number 19. Greater Sacramento Area Economic Council membership. Darren Gale.
So economic development is a tough job, and it takes a variety of different partnerships to make economic development work. And tonight, wanted to discuss an opportunity that we have with partnering with a new organization out of Sacramento called Greater Sacramento. Sacramento had an economic development corporation called SACDO for many years, and a group of private sector individuals got together and discussed the need to improve our economic development efforts throughout the region. As a result, that private sector group started up Greater Sacramento, and they hired a CEO, Barry Broom from Arizona, who's here. I told him to make sure and be here by 6:45 because our meetings are always done before then. And he's put together a variety of different initiatives within this group. So this is a private public partnership. He has an annual budget that he's putting together of $4 million annually, with 3/4 of that coming from the private sector. He's looking for 30 businesses to commit $100,000 a year for 5 years. Currently, I believe they're almost to 25 commitments. Those go from Sutter, Kaiser, VSP, Tykert, and a variety of other businesses that we would love to have them right here in our community and expand. So I see just the opportunity of working with these CEOs helps identify our region as one of the growing areas within economic development. As relates to economic development, Sacramento, it's very difficult and is not on the map. So where does that put Yuba City? It even puts us even farther behind that, and that's the reason why through our economic development efforts, we try to continue to market Yuba City, connect with local brokers, so that we have that opportunity to compete. In the 6 years that I've been here, we've had not a ton of opportunities to put in requests for information on properties. I can tell you since January and the start of Greater Sacramento, we've already received more from them than we have any other organization over the past 6 years to provide information on possible relocation of sites to the Yuba Sutter region. As part of their financing plan, they're looking to raise about $1 million from the public sector at 40 cents per person. My staff report says that's $29,000 for Yuba City. I actually believe Terrell corrected my math and told me it's $26,000. So I apologize for that. We do have existing budget savings from our economic development budget as I've been filling in as the director role in development services. Another key initiative that they're pushing forward is they've spent about $250,000 on an analytical tool that we currently don't have. We have a very difficult time of analyzing how we stack up against another city, another community, another state, another country. Through this partnership, we will have a direct connect to be able to utilize that information to tell the Greater Sacramento about a property or a project, and they can provide us the analysis. If we would do that on our own with an organization that's out there, it would cost us well over $26,000 annually. This is the third time that I know of that at least Barry has been here within Yuba City. The first time he met with myself, the mayor, and the city manager. The second time he did give a presentation to our Economic Development Commission. The Economic Development Commission unanimously supported and actually encouraged a 3-year commitment to the organization. Tonight we're asking for 1-year support. Again, this would not require any additional allocation of funds, but would be from one-time budget savings out of the economic development budget. And at this time, I'd like to invite Barry up to introduce himself and talk a little bit more about the organization.
You're not limited to 3 minutes, Barry, but we'll keep an eye on how long it goes because I'll just do this if it gets too long.
I was hoping to follow the $50 million conversation because I thought it'd be easier on me, just teasing, of course. Well, thank you for having me, Mayor, and it's good to be in Yuba City again. I've been out here 4 times if you count hanging out on the weekends eating food. But I think it's a really important opportunity for us as a community because first off, defining ourselves as a community and not a bunch of little jurisdictions that feel competitive towards each other is kind of the first step. So one of the things that Darren and 15 of his colleagues have been doing, I think for the last 4 weeks, we've been meeting 3 hours every Friday, discussing, how this organization will work, how we'll share information and opportunities with each other. What are the agreements between us on how we put our best foot forward? I think one of the things that Darren talked about that I think is very important, was the analytics platform that we put in. When I kind of, took over the SACTO group, and, when we had a competitive situation with a company on my 8th day, I made a certain set of commitments to the company. Then I went back and found out that took 200 hours for us to do it. I tracked it. I was very nervous because, once I got to about 170 hours, I wasn't sure I was even going to be able to get the work done. Today, after we put our analytics platform in, the exact same exercise I gave to a 21-year-old economics student at Sacramento State that's an intern. And because of all of our new software programming and all the different things that we've acquired, he was able to produce that work in 20 minutes. So one of the things that has made it tough for communities to go out and compete for these efforts is you get shortlisted, and Darren gets a 127-page document from a consultant from Chicago. Well, I mean, obviously, it's incredibly labor intensive to produce the information on that document. And you have to have an organization that's pre-planning what your position is in the marketplace to communicate that. My head of business development from Phoenix was born and raised in California, so he started today. John has an extensive background for 15 years in industrial and commercial development. So I think, the goal for us is to bring a continuous, single-minded effort to grow jobs in the community. So this is about increasing our reputation, increasing our competitiveness, and growing jobs. And it's about opening up the size of the market. Once you expand and grow the market inside the market, those jobs will be distributed by people. Some of the people that live in Yuba City might drive to Sacramento for work. There might be somebody from Roseville driving to Davis to work. So it's really a jobs initiative, and it's really a tool and a set of capabilities that's available to your community and to your economic development team that they currently do not have. And some of the things like going in and selling into the San Francisco and San Jose markets and LA and being able to work a national program is very hard to do as an individual community. But you can do that if you pool the collective efforts. So the first step that we'll be doing is we'll be building a direct selling strategy into the California markets. We already know every California company. Some of that is going to be a quality of life, ease of doing business promotion. Some of that will also include being more specific and targeted in industries that we're proficient in, like ag and food and water competencies, veterinarian capabilities, animal health, animal science. Some of these industries are very niche plays and will require direct selling. Some will be more broad-based, like maybe an insurance company that would want to put a regional headquarter somewhere in California. So our first year, our goal is to be the best organization in California and to have our region known as the most cohesive, cooperative, well-working region in the state of California and be the easiest place of doing business in California. And that's 1 year from the start date of July 1st when the partnership is fully formed. I sent your city manager an agreement, a contract. It's a one-way contract. He basically has a list of services and requirements and reporting processes that I'm required to report to him on a quarterly basis so that he knows the progress of the organization. You'll have a seat on the board with the CEOs, and I think we're off to a good start. And I'm very optimistic about our ability to set a good example for our community and set a standard for excellence in California. So I'm very privileged to be here. I've enjoyed coming to your community. I told Darren, whenever you need me, call me, I'll come out. I told the mayor the same thing. Last Saturday, I was with the mayor of Woodland, and I enjoyed the Little Shop of Horror show at the Woodland Historic Orchestra. It was a very beautiful show. So the mayor and I went to dinner with his wife. I work for communities and work on communities my whole life. I've been doing nothing but economic development work for 28 years. So I enjoy working with local leaders on making their community better. And I know when we work collectively together, we put our best foot forward. And I'm looking forward to bringing an organization together that's going to be great for your community and make you proud of your association with us.
All right. Thank you, Barry. I will make a comment that I am thankful for our region that we were able to secure you for this region so that we could stop the bleeding to Phoenix.
Yeah.
The companies that you were pulling out of California.
Yes.
Hopefully now you'll be able to bring some back in.
We hope.
And I think that we are fortunate as a region to have you heading up this project. And I think that this is nothing but a win-win for for Yuba City.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions or comments for Barry?
Nope.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve staff's recommendation.
All right. Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second that.
All right. A motion and a second. Any further comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council, for your support.
Thank you, Barry.